Hi guys, so today we're going to be starting our Modigliani self-portraits, and you're going to need a black piece of paper and a black oil pastel for today. You absolutely could use a white piece of paper if that is all that you have, but a black piece of paper is really best because that will help us create that dark Modigliani kind of effect that we have seen in several of his paintings. So to start off, you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it in half, hot dog direction. Then you're going to do a hamburger fold and one more hamburger fold. And that will get you 8 sections on your paper. And we are going to use these sections to help us get our Modigliani proportions correct. And for our artwork, like I said, you're going to be using a black oil pastel, and that's going to give you something that looks like this. Now in person, you can see the black oil pastel on top of the black paper really, really well. But because it doesn't show up very well on video, I'm going to be using a white oil pastel. I don't want you to get confused. You're using a black oil pastel. I am using a white oil pastel. And I'm going to draw my face in these top 4 sections that we created. Now you want your face to be positioned so that this intersection of folds is about in the middle of your head. You can have your head going as an oval, going straight up and down, or you can tilt your head slightly to either side. That's up to you what you want to do. I'm going to tilt my head slightly because I just like the way it looks. I feel like Modigliani frequently did heads that were slightly tilted to kind of create that S shape in the form of the person. So I really feel like just doing a tilted head is the way to go for me. If you want to not do a tilted head, that's up to you. Then I'm going to come down to the very bottom 2 squares. And in those very bottom 2 squares, I'm going to draw my shirt. So I'm going to start with my collar. This middle fold is going to be the center of my chest. So I'm going to start with my collar, and then I'm just going to draw my shoulders. And again, you're using a black oil pastel to do this. Then I'm going to connect my head and my shoulders. And just like a real neck, you want your neck to go kind of in slightly from your head and then bow out slightly towards the shoulders. And that'll give us that long African art inspired Modigliani neck that he is so famous for. All right, so now I've got my head and my neck and my shoulders. Now I can start adding in the details that are gonna make it look like me. So I'm gonna start with my eyes, and you want your eyes to kind of be about in the middle, top, a little bit higher than the middle of your head. So I'm gonna put them about right here. I'm gonna make mine tilted because my head is tilted, but if your head is not tilted, you would not do that. My eyes are football shaped. And remember, Modigliani frequently did not put any detail in his eyes because he wanted it to look mask-like, like his, like the African art mask that he was inspired by. So I'm gonna fill those in. And then I'm gonna make a really long nose. Modigliani was also famous for having really long noses. So I'm gonna make my nose kind of come down here. So I'm gonna draw a long bridge of my nose and then just a little hook for the rest of my nose. And then I'm gonna connect one of my eyebrows to my nose. And then I'm gonna draw my other eyebrow. And then I'm gonna draw a mouth. It doesn't have to be large. In fact, it's better if it's not large because Modigliani's mouths were really small. Then I'm gonna move on to my hair. Oh, you can add ears if you want to. If you have short hair and you know your ears are gonna show, you can add ears. I'm not going to because the way that I'm drawing my hair, I don't think Modigliani would have put ears on me. So Modigliani's hair was kind of, it wasn't like strands of hair. It was more like a blob of hair-shaped color on top of the person's head. So I am going to draw a blob of hair, just like this. My hair is really long, so it's going to go all the way down to my shoulders. If your hair is not long, you would make your hair shorter, depending on how your real hair is. And hair comes down onto your head, so I'm going to draw some hair down on my head. All right, and this is it. I'm done. Obviously, your hair is not going to look like mine, so for you, you would want to look at the hair idea sheet that I put on Blend and figure out how you would draw your hair. notice I didn't color anything in except for my eyes, and that's because we're going to color these with oil pastel next time. I am going to sign my artwork so that I know it's mine, and then I'm going to put this someplace very safe for next time. If you're in person, you're going to stick it in your folder, and if you're at home, put it someplace where you'll be able to find it easily next class. All right, so that is it for today.